This is my attempt to use Google Hangout more effectively. And so I decided, I've been using it I have a group called the Women of Wall Street, which is about empowering women to get educated in Forex and in trading, which I think is a great thing for women to do. But today, I'm checking my lighting and I wanted to talk about something called Do You Without All the Drama. So I want to touch on several points because I've been on Facebook since I think 2009, and it's become very interesting. And I'm not really sure if it has become more interesting because of certain events, current events. I know it always gets crazy like this during the politics, during an election season, when all of a sudden everybody who thinks they know everything about politics probably never took it in school, probably never studied it, but now all of a sudden they know everything about it. So they're experts on everything, just like they're experts on everything going on in life. So I decided I want to talk about a couple of things, and some of them are not even that related. They're not even related. They're just rants, and they're just part of the drama of things that are going on, period, that I'm just seeing people talk about on a regular basis. So I want to talk about some of those things, and bear with me because I'm working on learning how to use Google Hangout better, and I'm working on wanting to use this platform a little bit more too. I am on Periscope, but Periscope's fairly easy to do. I just want to kind of master this a little bit. So I want to talk to you about a couple of things that I find the irony in, or that I think are kind of interesting. So I'm going to talk about a number of things. I don't have it in any particular category. Yeah, I'm learning where my eyes are supposed to be too. But anyway, I'm going to talk about several things. So I'm going to talk to you. I'm in the direct sales and the network marketing industry. And there's been a number of things that have gone down in the industry. A lot of people don't like the industry, period, regardless of what. But whatever happens to the industry from this point on, I think it's a really good vehicle for people to be able to work from home. But there have been a lot of things that have gone on which make the industry look a little tainted based on some of the way it's being promoted. That again that's a training issue, I think, and it's almost become the norm for people to promote the business the way they do, showing money like nobody's ever seen money before, like nobody's ever seen a nice car before. It's almost like when you're driving down the street and somebody's playing their radio really loud, and I'm always thinking, okay, I have a radio too in my car, so you have something different in your car that nobody else has. But anyway, I only want to talk about people trying to talk to you about what they want you to do before they find out what you want. So I think it's really important that if you're going to talk to somebody about your business, whether it is indirect sales or any kind of a sales type of a position, I think it would be great if people would ask you what you want before they automatically decide to tell you what they think you want. It's a simple little thing. All you got to do is ask me what's important to me, or if you are a Facebook friend, pay attention to what I've been posting, and maybe you would know what's important. I've had everything in my inbox, everything from you want to get this money to, hey, I'm in a company that I think would be great for you, and I'm not really quite sure how you know that since you never asked me what I want, to just, hey, can you look at something? Look at what? I'm an adult. Tell me what you want me to look at. I don't need you to trick me into something. And so I don't have issues with the industry. I know a lot of people do, but I don't. I just have issues with people not coming to me and talking to me first and finding out what I want. And again, it's not just in this industry. I've seen it. I just had someone ask me, do I want to sell something for some concert in Cuba, and not one time did that person ask me what I want. They just called me to, I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. But I would say if you're going to be in this industry or any industry, or just if you plan on being a human working, you know, walking on this earth, it always helps, because I have been in sales outside of this industry. I've been in corporate America. It always helps if you ask someone what they want before you just tell them what they need. Granted, yeah, some people don't know what they need, but I think if you have a conversation with them long enough, then you might find out. And I know the art of conversation is going by the wayside, but I think there's still some of us who like to have a conversation to find out a little bit about you. Do I even want to work with you on any level? Because something my mom told me years ago, even when I did have a job, she always said, I was looking for a job when I found this one, and trust me, I'm interviewing you as much as you're interviewing me. You do not have the upper hand in this. And I know a lot of people feel like they do, but you know, I just wasn't raised that way, and I don't. So now I want to talk to you about, and again, these are so random. I should have probably called this random rants. I saw, because when you turn on your phone nowadays, it just goes to whatever stuff, like whatever's the hottest thing to talk about. And I guess Chris Brown posted that don't use a baby for a meal ticket because I guess his baby's mama wants to go from $2,500 a month to $15,000 a month in child support. Obviously, I don't normally talk about this stuff, but I'm gonna talk about it today. Okay, this is what's wrong with everybody, a lot of people. How about you, Mr. Brown, take responsibility for the people you sleep with? Because clearly you weren't wearing a condom, which the issue there is even more so than having a baby, because people dying from AIDS. And be more selective in who you choose to have a child with. I mean, this is nothing new. This is the stuff women do, period. And everybody wants to act like they're so innocent or they don't know. And I mean, we all know how we get pregnant. I mean, it's not like these are kids. These are adults, most over the age of 21. So we all know how we get pregnant. So if you are not responsible in that, then you get what you get. And it's not like you have a great reputation. So when you go into court, they probably already have an issue with you already. So she's probably going to get whatever she asked for. And I love your music. I think your music is great. I really do. I don't know you personally. I'm not even ranting on you. I'm ranting on the comment you made about using a child for a meal ticket. Well, again, if we make better choices with the people that we get hooked up with, then you wouldn't have that issue. I mean, come on now. How many women are chasing guys that have money? A whole lot of them. That's like nothing new. You men are so emotional when it comes to women. You're so emotional. And the reason I'm going to say you're emotional is because if you wrote down the stuff that you do on a piece of paper and took it into a boardroom, into a business room, most people would look at that and say, I'm not doing that deal. But not you guys. Oh yeah, I'm going to do that deal. And so when you say women are more emotional, the reality is you guys are more emotional because you're making really stupid decisions. You're about to give up $15,000 a month to somebody that you don't really know, some random chick who now happens to be the mother of your child, and she's a beautiful little girl, and she deserves to have, you know, we all want our kids to have the best. I had 3. And so, but we have to look at ourselves in those situations that we put ourselves in, because that was as random as my post is right now. I'm just saying. What else I want to talk about? Oh yeah. I got to talk about this whole Donald Trump thing. This whole look. I have been the biggest fan of The Apprentice, Celebrity Apprentice. I remember reading Donald Trump's book when I was young. I think I was 17 or something, maybe his first book. When he and his wife were on Oprah, his first wife, I thought they were the power. That's where I saw a power couple, and I was like, oh my God, I want to be like that. That's what I want to do. And so I don't know that the issue is so much him or how he is saying and discussing what he is, how he has clothing made in Mexico and in China, but he's pro-US so much. The reality is people will say whatever they want to say, need to say, feel like saying in order to get attention. And when you're a middle-aged man, unfortunately, he's probably going through a midlife crisis like right now because he needs attention. And people like to get on bandwagons. That's what people like to do. Now, is it true that perhaps we should do something in regard to the borders? Absolutely. I think everybody can agree with that. But we want to address the issue, not the people. I think it's kind of rude to make comments about a group of people and lump them all into they're sending their work. That's like, really, dude? Like, are you really saying this? Because we have some of the worst people right here that do some of the worst things. And I just think that people only see themselves as normal. And so they don't really look at the world as a whole. They always have to have somebody that they have to put down so that they can feel better, or they can get people to team up. It's like when we were kids and people would team up against other people. Like when you had two of you hanging out, it was real cool. Yeah, it's really cool. And it's two of us. But then when it was three of you guys, two against one. And I'm just saying, this is human nature. He's like on a run because everybody, you know, all these people are like, yeah, let's make America great. Well, you know how you make America great? Now how you make America great is everybody do their damn job. You know, those of you that are part of a union, you know, unions don't do anything but get people their job back, get people that don't deserve it their jobs back. So why doesn't everybody do their job? Why don't you take the amount of time that you're supposed to take on your lunch break? Do that. Don't take pens home. Don't take things home that don't belong to you. How about when you are on the freeway, you're being courteous and you're not speeding? Because guess what? That's against the law. That would make America great if everybody was doing what they were supposed to do. Everybody wasn't trying to spend, like, for example, you got a lot of people spend money on things like gambling, and you spend it to go to sports events, and you buy $100 jerseys, and sure, you could do that, whatever you want. But then why not spend money in a better place? Why not do that? Because that would make America great too. So I just think to take any group of people and make a comment about any group of people, because you don't know everybody, it's kind of like it makes you look dumb that you say things about groups of people and you haven't met most people. A lot of people haven't even gone outside of their neighborhood. They haven't even lived outside of where they are. They haven't been outside of the US. They don't have a passport. So how do you know so much about other people? You probably didn't do well in school. A lot of you didn't do well, probably didn't take history. So why are you saying things about people based on one or two experiences? You know, and then pulling up stats on things. Well, I could pull up stats on stuff. I mean, really, that would be cool, and would be totally irresponsible if I pulled up, let's say, the stats on child predators, which you guys can pull it up yourself. I think it's like, what, 75, 80% white male. Well, I have kids. That's scary. So like if I go to school and my kid has a white male teacher, should I not let him go in that class? I mean, really, you guys, how stupid that what I just said is to label a particular group of people is how stupid it is to label any group of people and say that. So why wouldn't just address the issue. Like, how hard is that? Is everybody like on Ritalin or something, like ADD, ADHD, what? Because that's how people are talking. We're just going to talk about the issue. If the issue is illegal immigration, then stick to that. Why? It's a lot of people over here illegally. Hey, Donald Trump's wife might have been over here illegally. How do we know? She's not from here. So why select a certain group of people and do that? Should go to Florida. Didn't a lot of those people come from Cuba and Haiti and wherever, Dominican? There's a whole lot of people over here. How do we know who came here legally? So if that's the issue, let's just address that issue. But like, let's don't leave out anybody. If you've got something to say about people, then hey, let's talk about everybody who's not here, not just one group of people, right? Because some of our best are not here. That whoever that guy is, McVie, who blew up the building in oh God, I know where it is. But anyway, you guys know where he blew it. Oklahoma. The guy that blew up that building. Well, shoot. I mean, come on now. He's not one of our best, is he? It's a lot of people that are not some of our best. And I think that we need to address the issues of what the issues are instead of making them more than they are. With that being said, I'm going to segue right into this whole thing about police brutality. My father is a retired police officer, 30 years. And I guarantee you he's seen some of the worst and some of the best on both sides, on both sides of it. So my thoughts about this is that people should be concerned again about the issue of what's going on. I think people should be concerned about that. But what's happening, what I notice that everybody's doing is everybody's taking one side or the other. Like there's no gray. And what I mean by, obviously, that's not your job. Your job is to protect and serve, right? And people not doing their job should not take away from the people that are doing their job and are doing it right. But what a lot of you guys are doing is you're taking sides in this whole thing. You're taking sides as far as you don't even see the issue is that there are people that are sworn to do a job, and some of them are not doing their job correctly. Some of them are not doing their job correctly. And so what everyone as a human should be concerned about is that justice is served in the right way for every person that's involved. That's what we should be concerned about. We should be concerned about this is a human issue that needs to be addressed. All the emotional side of it, I'm just not into the whole, yeah, I'm emotional about things that I can deal with and I can control. But some of the things that people should think of other ways to address things that are going on. Because sometimes a lot of the things, the way they're being handled are not working. They're not working. So everybody, even if you watch something go wrong and you do nothing about it, like years ago when that lady in New York got killed and everybody looked out their window and they didn't do anything about it, you're just as guilty. You're just as guilty because you opened your window, you looked out there and you did nothing. No different than when Hitler did what he did. He didn't do that by himself. See, everybody wants to put that on him and say he did that. No, he didn't do that by himself. He did it with everybody else's help. Everybody who didn't say anything, everybody who looked away, everybody who your silence said, I'm okay with that. That's what your silence said. And sometimes things are not pretty and things are not, they don't feel good to deal with. But if we don't deal with situations where people are not doing their job, which is the bottom line. You're not doing your job. You weren't hired to do that. And if you're lying during the course of doing your job, then you're not doing your job. The only people that get paid to lie are lawyers. Yep, they do. Lawyers get paid to lie. We all know that. They get paid to tell somebody else's version of the truth. And we all know that's true. They get paid. Maybe politicians too. Yeah, they get paid to lie too. Yeah. And I'm sure that's a blanket statement, but we can most, I think we can most agree with that. And then this whole thing of, you guys, this is not a football game or a basketball game where you're on this side and he's on other people on this side. We're the human race. And so when you talk about, oh, he's just a liberal, or oh, he just liked Obama, or oh, they're conservative, and oh, this and that, I don't even understand how come nobody knows how stupid you sound. Like, you sound really dumb. Because the bottom line is, if you care about, if any of you watching have children, then, and my thoughts are that you would care about what happens to your children. I mean, because that's what I care about. I care about what kind of place that we're leaving children. Like, the most ridiculous thing to me is seeing people make the whole going green thing a political issue. Why is that a political issue? Because lots of people are dying from cancer. Pretty much everybody can probably name 5 that they know. But 50 years ago, nobody knew people that had cancer, or we knew very few. So why are you making a political issue about that we need to change something that we're doing? Because clearly it's not like it was. So if you want to make America great, let's make America great with what we eat, what we put in our bodies, how we take care of ourselves, because our healthcare issues are out of control. They're out of control. I mean, it's like, that is probably one of the biggest problems, because those bad habits carry over to our children. And then what kind of population are we going to have of people if people are not taking care of themselves? And that is something you control. So I'm kind of going to end this with that. That is something that you can control. If there are other things that you feel like you can't control, then get involved. Get involved. Go back to school. Become a lawyer. Open up schools. If you think the schools aren't teaching what they need to teach, well, then why don't you open up a school? Why don't you just do what you think needs to be done to solve the problem, rather than dividing and conquering and playing that little silly game? Maybe that was your favorite game when you were a kid. I never played it, so I don't know. But I think that I'm going to still believe that we can do better. I'm going to still believe that, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang out with the like-minded people that want to do better. Because I think we can do better, we should do better, and we will do better if we really believe that the possibilities are there for us to do that. So, and if we care about our kids, I think that we will do better. So anyway, this is Robin Mansell. This was brought to you by, this was my rant. I just needed to say this because I think I need to get off of Facebook, to tell you the truth. So anyway, have a good day, you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and do you without all the drama. All right, see you later. Bye.